Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Walk us through the emotion starting the final round. Just an exciting day overall, capturing your third victory. Tell us what you're feeling.
Yeah, I was just in a very good place. My game was trending in the right direction. The previous 2 days, I felt like, it was just kind of stress-free golf. Obviously, I feel like I left a lot out there, but I knew Sunday if I just played the same way and minimized the mistakes, which I did today, I might have a chance. And obviously, like you said, coming down today, the course played not as easy as it did Thursday, Friday. Obviously, the wind conditions, it kind of started to firm up some. I just dug down and just tried to, finish it off.
Perfect. We're going to go ahead and turn it over to the media. Steve DeMaglio with USA Today was our first question.
Cameron, I know you talked about this, but the measures you have taken of late to try to find the proper balance between being inside and outside the ropes, how beneficial did that prove to be this week?
Huge. I think it proved even at John Deere. I think that was, like you said, Colin made a great statement last week, about putting your ego to the side and realizing, what the actual issues are versus results. I had to do the same thing, and I've struggled since January, and it hasn't really been as much of technique. It's just been more of myself. And again, we're still young. I just turned 26. I'm obviously I've done a lot and I've had some success, but at the end of the day, I still have to figure out myself and again how I'm going to manage both of those sides. And after Detroit, I just took a step back and said, what, this is enough. I can't keep going on this way. I'm not enjoying the game. It's not fun. In order for me to enjoy the game and for it to be fun, I have to be true to myself and who I truly am as a person. And then that's kind of how I've been on the course. This week, I really didn't get mad of results. If I did get mad, it was more so what I was thinking before that shot and what caused me to hit that shot. So it's definitely for me a way better perspective as far as how to get around the course, and also, like you said, dealing with personal life and golf.
And did it really help? Are you a scoreboard watcher? And when things were tightening up, and then when you got to that lead, does this new approach help?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like knowing where I'm at. I feel like it gives me more energy. And I knew 16 was a big hole because that's one of the easiest holes of the day. To make that putt, that just kind of just really, really relaxed me. Obviously 17, again, was not playing easy at all into that wind where that pin was. Chad kept saying all day, just stick to the process, stick to the process, stick to the process, and that's just all we focused on. And today I can say I really only didn't maybe trust a shot or one time. Versus yesterday it kind of happened a few times, and again I got frustrated. But again, it's more so of my commitment to the shot and not where it went or where it ended up.
Thank you very much, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Now over to Jeff Babineau with PGAtour.com.
Congratulations, Cameron.
Thank you.
Where were you physically, your whereabouts there when you made that birdie at 16? What were you feeling?
I was definitely dehydrated. Obviously feel a lot better now. I'm not sure why I was because I drank a lot of water, but obviously the Gatorade definitely helped, I think, kind of keep me going. Obviously the moment as well. You have so much adrenaline going and, again, trying to control that. But 14, 15, I really started to notice it. I was like, wow, I'm kind of – every time I get up, I get a little lightheaded, whenever I was putting my ball down on the marker. So, on 16, I was given a Gatorade, and that kind of, like I said, just kind of kept me going, throughout the round.
And it's amazing how quickly this game can turn. When you look at where you were in the spring and summer, missing cuts, I know you're not surprised to win again, but are you surprised at all to win this soon, given where you were?
No, not at all. Like I said, it's not so much technique. It's everybody learns and everybody matures at different stages in their lives. So, again, I've always said, and it's just kind of how I am. I'm always a late learner or a late bloomer, and I'm trying to be the opposite of that. But now I'm married. Now I have responsibilities. Soon I want to start a family with my wife. So, again, it's for me, it's more so realizing what I want to do in the game of golf, and then who I want to be at home. So, it's a balance you have to find, and if you don't, it can really haunt you, and it can cause a lot of issues. So I just feel like the last 2 months I've been in a lot better headspace, and kind of realized what is truly important to me and what is not, and I've just been sticking to it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have Dylan Defier with golf.com.
Hey Cameron, congratulations.
Thank you.
When you talk about having more fun, obviously winning is always going to be more fun, but was there a specific moment during that tougher stretch of tournaments where you said, man, this is not good, I really need to change, or was it just kind of things compounding over time?
I think it was things compounding over time. Not realizing what the actual issues are and kind of, masking them, if that makes any sense. And I would say, August or, around June, in Detroit, again, like I said, was kind of my main, okay, this is absolutely enough. Again, the way I was acting, the way I was going about myself, and talking to myself, and I don't want to be perceived that way, because again, when I go home, I'm the complete opposite. I never get frustrated at all. It takes a lot for me to get frustrated, and I'm always going. So again, I just had to take a step back and be like, you know what, I love this game. It's given me so much. I'm going to give it my all. But again, I need to be who I am and not, worry about outside noise or what people may think or this and that. So again, it's a maturity stage, which again, everybody has, at different times. And I just think for me right now, I'm just in a very good spot with my own understanding as far as that goes.
That's great. And then based off your career number of, top 10s or times in contention, you won a lot.
Yeah.
Why are you so good at winning?
I mean, well, whenever, even today on 14, we were talking about playing, kind of the rest of the season and kind of how we're going about it. And I was telling Chad, I'm like, there's no way we're losing this. I feel like whenever I get in those moments, it's just I'm super comfortable and super in the zone, and it feels like it's mine to take. It's not so much mine to lose. I feel like it's mine to take, and that's kind of how it was today. No matter, even when I started feeling bad, I'm like, I'm playing so good, I'm putting so good. I just got to give myself some looks and just not make a big mistake. Same on 17, it was kind of a tweener number, and obviously water is short, and it was, I just felt like, let's just hit to the back of the green. I'm sure there wasn't that many birdies there today with that pin and that wind, but you make a par and you just call it a day. So, again, it was just more sticking to that.
Awesome. Thanks, Cameron. See you soon.
Thanks.
Now we have with Golf Digest, Dave Shadlowski.
Cameron, congratulations. Fun watching you play today.
Thank you.
A couple of things. I read, I think it was an earlier interview, something about your wife and your grandfather on your glove. You kept looking at it. Just their names are on the glove? Or?
Yes.
Okay. And so you kept looking down and just thinking of them. And what was the thought that would come into your head as you saw these names?
Just relaxation and realizing that, I have a lot to look forward to outside the game. Obviously, my grandfather is kind of my hero, who I want to be in life, and obviously my wife is my everything. So, she is what helps me out here on tour. Want to continue to succeed and be successful, and then also when I'm home, she's my best friend, and I just love her to death and everything that she gives me. So. Again, when I look at that, it was just more so just a comfort factor. Again, just realizing, there's a lot more to this game than, than most people think. We have our own lives back at home, and again, for me, that was just a big balance I had to figure out. That took me a while, but I feel like now I'm in a better headspace with that, and I'm able to play my best golf.
When you say true to yourself, and you said it a couple times, I'm assuming that means that the patience you have at home, the serenity maybe that you feel and so forth, you want to take that to the course.
Correct. Yes, correct. Yeah. Again, when I'm home, it takes a lot for me to get frustrated. I don't get frustrated very often. I'm always a giver and always doing more for others than myself. So, again, that's just how I have to be out here. And it's proven. Obviously, like you said, if you look at my stats, it hasn't been good besides the last 2 events. But it's just kind of like I just took a complete 180 and just how I'm, waking up every morning and how I'm reacting to certain things and adjusting to certain things.
Last thing, very quickly, you putted so well this week, and was there any type of adjustment, whether mental, physical, technique-wise, fundamentals, anything at all that turned it around?
Well, my coach and I, John Graham, we've always been working on the same things, but nothing. Again, I just think I'm just in a better place in life. That's exactly how it's been. Even like you said, when I was missing all those cuts, everything was still in line. Technique-wise, or even like I said, swing-wise, everything was as good as it's ever been. But again, for me, it's always been in between the ears. And that's all it was. Again, I keep saying process, but that's all I've been focusing on. Now when I play, I don't have a single swing thought. We just pick our spot, pick the shot we want to hit, and that's it. So I'm just trying to keep it as simple as I can. And again, it's been working. So I'm going to continue to do that and see where it takes.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And now over to Joshua Burkow.
Hey, Cameron, congratulations.
Thank you.
So a couple quick questions on 18, either after your drive or after your shot, the first punch there. Did you ever let any negative thoughts seep in? And then the second question would be, when you did make that final putt walking off the green, you kind of covered your head with your hat for, it was a good 5-10 seconds. What were you thinking? What was going through your mind then?
Yeah, that shot, when we were trying to figure out where to go, I was laughing with Chado. I don't know if y'all saw that on the camera, but I'm like, well, I guess I'm always trying to make it interesting. So, especially with that lie, I thought I still did hit a good shot, but I thought it was in the fairway. So obviously that changed things a lot, because if I just got out in the fairway, I'd have probably hit a 9-iron on the green, 8-iron on the green, and could have just had an easy 2-putt. But obviously that changed, and when I saw the lie, I'm like, there's no way. We're just going to have to just punch out, give me a good number, and make par, but make bogey at worst. So yeah, there really wasn't nothing negative. I knew, with that lie, again, it's you either catch it right or you don't. It's again, I go based, going on how my process is. It's you can only control what you can control. So, with that lie, the ball was sitting up probably like 4 inches in that grass. So, I really had to clip it right, or I'd go right under it, or I'd top it. And with how heavy that grass was, I had to give it some power, but obviously not enough because the water's on the other side. So obviously I will say I will take that shot, and then walking off, it was just just emotion. I was just I know this is the player I can be, and again it's allowing myself to be that player. So it has nothing to do with putting stats or driving stats or iron stats, none of that. It has to do with me allowing myself to be that player. So and like I said, again, I'm just in a lot better space with everything, and enjoying myself more at home. So again, for me, I'm the happiest I've ever been. So.
Thank you.
Yep.
And we're going to do our final question back over to Jen Avenue with PGAtour.com.
Good.
Hey, Cameron, just real quick, what was the club you hit with that second shot?
It was a 9-iron. We were in between pitch and wedge and 9, but I didn't want pitch and wedge to get up and obviously hit that tree. But I was a little hesitant just because I had to get through a good 1.5 foot of very thick rough. So, Chatter said this was a club, and I agreed with him. Like you said, it wasn't a pitching wedge, it wasn't an 8-iron, and I just had to just trust it, and hopefully it came out the right way, and it did. And obviously, if it went another 6 inches, obviously I could have hit my third on the green. But again, I'm like I said, that shot could have gone many different ways. So I will take where it ended up.
And lastly, you talk about allowing yourself to be that player.
Yeah.
Who is that player? I mean, what do you see? You've shown you can close out tournaments. What do you see as your own potential in this game?
I mean, we can never say what our true potential is. We can have our goals and our ideas of what that may be. But for me, again, that's where it goes back to on balancing life and golf. For me, home life is a lot more important to me than golf. It's, again, and it's managing both those sides. Yes, I love golf. It's given me everything. I love it to death. But again, it's managing both of those. So, can you say your question again? I kind of got off track.
Just say when you talk about allowing yourself to be that
Yes.
player, you played at a high level.
Yeah.
You won tournaments. I'm just asking how do you see your own potential?
Yeah, I mean, I think my own potential, I can do great things in this game. And again, for me, it's more so, it's not so much self awards or wanting to be famous or wanting to be this or that. I love the game. I love being out here. I love seeing all the guys. I love practicing. Obviously, I love winning. But again, it's just more the camaraderie and everybody associated with the tour. It's just a blast. So for me, I don't really have any set expectations on if I'm going to win this many times or I'm going to have this many top 10s. Obviously, I have my goals, but again, I've always set kind of smaller goals to allow me to get to the bigger ones. So, and again, really all my goals right now have to do with just myself. So, and I think, like you said, that will allow me to be the player I can be one day. And I feel like I'm starting to trend in that right direction.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That concludes today's press conference. As always, we appreciate you taking the time to talk
Yeah.
to us and enjoy your victory.
Thank you.